Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a long time since I filmed, it feels like. I think the last upload I did was a week ago. It's been a little minute since I filmed, but I really wanted to take a break from filming to celebrate the holidays and spend time with my family. Well, I think I'm going to do like a bronze makeup look, and I'm not going to use lashes and I'm not going to use eyeliner. As always, thank you guys so much for watching my video today, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you leave. I'm going to go ahead and jump right into it. I zoomed you guys in just a little bit so you could see better. And as always, I've already done my foundation just because I use the same foundation all the time. If you are new to my channel and you don't know this, I use the same foundation all the time just because my skin is so sensitive to new products. So I just stick to the same products when it comes to my skin. Smashbox Photo Finish Primer before my foundation. I love this primer. It mattifies great and it really helps to fill in my pores. Then I use the Revlon Color Stay foundation for the combination oily skin. I love this foundation. I use the Revlon Color Stay pressed powder. I love this powder. I just used to set my foundation with that, and I don't have any concealer on or anything, so and I'm going to take my Maybelline Fit Me concealer, and it's in the color Fair, and I'm just going to put this under my eyes. I'm going to take my Real Techniques beauty sponge. I love these sponges. This is the only sponge I use. I have never purchased the beauty blender just because I think $20-some is a little bit too much for a sponge that a $5 sponge can do just as much good. I have my concealer all blended out. I'm going to go ahead and set my concealer with my Coty Airspun powder. In all my videos I use this powder because I love this powder and how it sets my concealer. I don't use it all over my face just because it breaks me out really bad. It does an amazing job at setting my concealer. I'm not going to set my eyelids with this powder because it's a very mattifying powder, and I'm really going to be putting a lot of shimmers on my eyelids, so I'm not going to use this powder on my eyelids. As usual, I'm going to let all that powder bake underneath my eyes, and I'm going to jump right into my eyebrows. And as always, I'm going to take my Anastasia Dip Brow in the color Medium Brown. Let that powder bake underneath my eyes, and I'm going to move on to my bronzer. This Wet n Wild bronzer. I've never used this bronzer before, so the first thing I'm noticing with this bronzer is it has a lot of kickback. Bronzer was only $4. It does have a little bit of more orange tones in it than my other bronzer, but I'm going to take that on a big fluffy brush. I'm really going to do a contour. I'm just going to kind of warm up my face with the bronzer, but this has a lot of glitter in it. I do not like glitter in my bronzers. I think that if I'm using a bronzer, I really like it to be a matte bronzer. I normally do, even if I don't contour, if I just warm my face a little bit with bronzer, I do like to take my Revlon Color Stay pressed powder on my beauty blender, and I just like to go underneath it just to kind of clean it up and to make it stand out a little bit better. Normally do is I let all of the powders bake on my skin while I sour my eyes, just because that's how I do it. That's how I like to do it. I'm going to do a lot of matte shades on my eye just because I really want this look to be very bronze, very shimmery. I'm just going to go ahead and use a little bit of a transition shade in my crease just to kind of get everything started. I'm going to take my Morphe 350 palette, and I'm going to go into this hand shade right here, and I'm going to use that as my transition shade. Go ahead and just kind of carve out my brows a little bit. My Maybelline Fit Me concealer, I'm going to put it on the back of my hand here just a little bit. I'm going to take a small flat brush, and I'm just going to carve my eyebrows out just a little bit, not too much. I'm just going to take my sponge and blend that concealer in just a little bit, because I will be setting it with powder. I'm going to go ahead and take like the lightest shade in this Morphe 350 palette. It's like a cream color shade, and I'm going to set that concealer. Really pretty bronze color in this Morphe 350 palette, but I just kind of wanted a little bit of a darker bronze color. Take this eyeshadow palette that I got from shophush.com, and it's by the brand Oaklyn, and it's called a neutral eyeshadow palette, but it's really not that neutral. It has a lot of bright shades in it. Take this dark bronzy shade in this palette, and I'm going to put that pretty much all over my lid. And as always, when I use shimmer shades, I always like to spray my brush after I get the product on, because it really helps to compact that product on your brush, and it helps to go on your eye a lot better. No matter what brand of eyeshadow I'm using, I'll always use a setting spray. It's a little bit darker, but I'm going to put another color over top of it. I'm going to go into this really pretty gold bronzy shade in this Morphe 350 palette, and I'm pretty much just going to take that and go all over that color that I just put down, just because the color I put down from the other palette was a little too green. I really thought it would be more bronzy. I'm going to put it all over that shade I just used. Take my Luxie blending brush, and this does have a little bit of orange product on it, that brush, and I'm just going to blend all of this out. I'm just going to go into that orange shade that it was already on the brush. I'm going to pretty much just take that color and blend all of this out. A brush with nothing on it, and I'm just going to blend this in a little bit more. I'm going to go ahead and sweep all this powder away because I'm pretty much done with my top lid. Second shade of this, and it's like a champagne shimmer shade, and I love using that on my brow bone and inner corner to highlight. I think it's a gorgeous color. And I'm going to spray my brush. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into my Morphe 350 palette. This lighter gold shade in this palette. It's a little bit similar to the one I put on my lid, but it's a little bit lighter. My lower lash line. I'm pretty much done with my whole eyes other than eyeliner, so I'm going to take my Makeup Forever, it's just a Makeup Forever black eyeliner, and I'm going to put that in both of my waterline. This looks crazy, but I have to close my eyes when I'm putting it in my upper waterline just because I won't poke my eye out, and it freaks me out. I'm pretty much done with my eyes, and I'm going to go ahead and move on to my highlighter, just because before I put mascara on, I always like to use my highlighter first, because if I do my mascara and put on the highlight, the powder can get in my lashes and kind of ruin my mascara. So I always like to do my highlighter before my mascara. And I'm going to take my Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighter, and it's in the color Precious Petals, and I've never used this before. I'm going to take that on my Luxie highlighting brush. It's a beautiful shade, but it is a little too pink for me. It's a little bit too dark for my fair skin, but it's very, very pretty. If I had a little bit more of a tan in the summer, this would be really, really good for the summer. Where it's a little bit too dark for me, I'm going to put the highlighter on my nose. I am going to use a little bit of a lighter highlight for my nose. For my nose highlight, I'm going to take the Balm highlighter, and I've had this forever. I got it in my Ipsy bag forever ago, and it's pretty much gone, but it's like a really pretty champagne highlight. Take that on my Cupid's bow. Pretty much everything is done, and I'm going to go ahead and pop on some mascara, and I'm going to take my L'Oreal Lash Paradise. I absolutely love this mascara, and I'm just going to coat my lashes. And I'm not going to use false lashes, so I'm pretty much just going to coat my lashes. I'm going to move on to my lips now. I'm going to take my NYX Lingerie in the color Baby Doll. This is a really beautiful nude shade, and I'm going to pop that all over my lips. For top of that, I'm going to take my Hard Candy Plumping Serum Volumizing Lip Gloss, and it's just a clear lip gloss. Here's my finished look. Always, thank you guys so much for watching my video today. If you don't care to hit that subscribe button before you leave, and I will see you in my next one.